How to Stop Struggling Financially, a practical guide for workers and small business owners. Financial struggle doesn't happen overnight, and neither does financial stability. Money challenges are layered. Habits, mindset, circumstances, knowledge gaps, life pressures, emergencies, missed opportunities, and sometimes just bad timing. The good news? Struggle is not a permanent condition. It is a season, and seasons can change. This guide is about gradual transformation, not quick miracles. It's about developing the habits, clarity, and discipline that slowly move you from surviving to stabilizing to growing. Think of it like strengthening a muscle. You don't see the change every day, but one day you wake up stronger. Let's walk through this, step by step. Chapter 1. Facing the truth about your money without shame. Most people don't struggle financially because they're lazy or careless. They struggle because they've never been taught how money truly works. They're reacting to life instead of planning for it. Their expenses silently expand beyond what they earn. Their mindset is shaped by survival instead of strategy. Before any change can happen, one thing must come first: honest awareness. Not emotional awareness, not guilt, not frustration. Just truth. Illustration: Michael's mirror moment. Michael worked a stable office job. Every month he'd say the same sentence: "I don't even know where my money goes." One day he decided to print his last 3 bank statements. He sat at the table with a pen and started circling expenses: coffee shop visits, takeout lunches, online impulse purchases, subscription he forgot existed. By the end, he didn't feel ashamed. He felt awake. He realized he wasn't bad with money. He was simply unaware. And awareness is the beginning of control.
Chapter 2. Track, don't guess. Most people don't realize how much financial stress comes from guessing instead of knowing. When money feels uncertain, the mind fills in the gaps with fear, assumptions, and frustration. I think I spend mostly on bills. I should have enough, but somehow I don't. Maybe I just don't earn enough. But once you start tracking your money, something powerful happens. You move from confusion to clarity, and clarity creates control. The silent leak problem. Think of your finances like a water tank. You keep pouring water in, but the water never seems to rise. Why? Because there are tiny leaks. Small, frequent expenses that feel harmless individually, but destructive collectively. A snack here, a rideshare there, a subscription that renews quietly, bank fees you don't notice. Tracking money isn't about restriction. It is about identifying leaks before the tank runs dry. The 30-day Aware This Challenge. Practical exercise. For the next 30 days, write down every income and every expense. No exceptions. Use one of these formats: a notebook, a spreadsheet, a simple phone note, a budgeting app if helpful. Create columns such as date, description, category, amount, need or want. At the end of each week, ask, which expenses repeat often? Which ones add value to my life or business? Which ones are emotional or unnecessary? Where do I feel regret after spending? You will notice patterns, and patterns tell stories. Illustration: the coffee pattern. Amanda was a call center worker who tracked her expenses for the first time. She discovered $6 coffee times 4 days a week times 4 weeks equals $96 a month. Snacks during work breaks equals $55 a month. Streaming services she never used equals $28 a month. Together, they were costing her $179 every month. Not huge individually, but significant collectively.
Once she saw the pattern, she didn't feel guilty. She felt empowered. She switched to brewing coffee at home most days, scheduling treat days instead of daily spending, canceling unused subscriptions. In 3 months, she redirected over $500 towards savings and debt, not by earning more, but by becoming aware and intentional. Tracking didn't take freedom away. It gave her choice back. For small business owners, financial visibility is survival. Businesses don't collapse because of one big mistake. They collapse because of unseen small mistakes repeated silently. Frequent small cash withdrawals, discounts given without calculation, stock losses not recorded, untracked complimentary items, undefined petty cash spending. When business money isn't tracked, the owner lives in guesswork, not management. Illustration: the bakery account mystery. Brandon ran a small bakery. Sales were steady, customers loved the pastries, yet cash always felt tight. After 3 months of tracking, he discovered free giveaways to friends, casual discounts given without record, extra ingredients wasted due to lack of planning, personal purchases taken from business funds. Nothing was illegal, nothing dramatic, just leaks. Once identified, the leaks were fixed. Revenue didn't skyrocket overnight, but cash flow became stable and stress reduced. Tracking didn't just improve his finances, it improved his confidence and decision-making. Financial awareness is not about perfection, it is about removing blindness. When you track your money, you stop blaming income alone. You stop living in reaction mode. You begin to see where progress is possible. You cannot lead what you never measure, and your money needs leadership. That leadership starts with awareness.
Chapter 3: The Money Mindset Shift. Numbers change when mindsets change first. Financial struggle often continues not because people lack opportunities, but because they operate from old beliefs, emotional habits, and automatic reactions. Money follows mindset the way a river follows its path. To change your outcomes, you must reshape the path. Mindset shift number 1: from survival mode to strategy mode. Many adults live in permanent survival mode. I just need to get through this month. Once the next paycheck comes, I'll be fine. I'll think about planning later. But survival mode keeps you cycling in the same spot, working hard, but never advancing. Strategy mode sounds different. Where do I want my finances to be 1 year from now? What behaviors must change for that to happen? What habits today create stability tomorrow? One mindset reacts, the other builds. Mindset shift number 2: from emotional spending to purposeful spending. Money interacts with emotions: stress, comfort purchases; insecurity, spending to impress; boredom, unnecessary shopping; celebration, overspending to feel worthy. The goal is not to remove emotion. It is to add awareness before action. Ask 3 questions before spending. Is this purchase necessary? Is it aligned with my goals? Am I doing this for relief or for progress? If the answer is emotional, delay, even for 1 hour. That pause is where maturity grows. Illustration: the payday rush. Jonas used to spend heavily on payday: takeout meals, entertainment, impulse shopping. For 2 days, life felt abundant. By week 3, the anxiety returned. After learning mindful spending, he changed one habit. He waited 24 hours before any major non-essential purchase. That pause broke the emotional rush. He began choosing differently, not because rules forced him, but because clarity returned to the moment of choice. Financial freedom begins the day you stop letting emotions drive your wallet.
Mindset shift number 3: from consumer identity to builder identity. Some people see money only as something to spend. Others learn to see money as something to protect, direct, multiply. This shift is foundational. A consumer asks, "What can I buy with this money?" A builder asks, "What future can this money help me create?" The difference is not income level. The difference is identity. Mindset shift number 4: for workers, from paycheck thinking to value thinking. If your mindset is only, "I work, I get paid, I survive," then your income remains tied to repetition rather than growth. Value thinking asks, "What skills can make me more useful? How can I become harder to replace? What expertise can increase my earning potential?" You stop seeing your job as a cage and start seeing it as a development platform. When value rises, opportunity follows. Not always instantly, but inevitably. Mindset shift number 5: for business owners, from hustle to structure. Many small business owners rely on effort instead of systems. Work harder, stay longer,
push emotionally through burnout. But real business growth comes from clarity and structure, not only effort. Defined pricing, recorded transactions, planned stock levels, customer retention strategy, time boundaries. Hustle builds exhaustion. Structure builds sustainability. Illustration: the two entrepreneurs. Entrepreneur A works 14 hours daily, improvising decisions, reacting to every crisis. Entrepreneur B works 9 to 10 hours, but tracks sales daily, reviews expenses weekly, plans restock schedules, separates business and personal finances. Who grows faster? Not the harder worker, the clearer thinker. Mindset shapes direction. Direction shapes outcome.
Chapter 4. Building a Practical Real-Life Budget. A budget isn't a punishment. It's a permission plan. It tells your money where to go instead of guessing where it went. A simple budget framework. Adjust depending on your income. 50% needs: rent, utilities, basic groceries, transport. 30% wants: entertainment, outings, subscriptions. 20% savings, debt reduction, future goals. If your income is low, the percentages may feel unrealistic. That's okay. The goal is direction, not perfection. Even saving small amounts builds discipline and identity. You're training yourself to become someone who takes responsibility for their future. That identity matters more than the dollar amount. Chapter 5. Lessons for 9-to-5 workers. Working a regular job brings stability, but it can also create financial traps. Common patterns that keep workers struggling. Lifestyle growing faster than income. Depending only on a paycheck with no backup. Spending to relieve stress after work. Not tracking yearly, only monthly. Ignoring skill development. Illustration: Sarah and the quiet pay raise. Sarah didn't earn more money. She became more intentional. She canceled unused subscriptions, packed lunch 4 times a week, cut impulse shopping, reviewed phone and internet plans. In 60 days, she created an extra $220 per month without a raise. That was her silent pay raise, created through awareness, not luck. Key advice for workers: strengthen your skills. Skills create earning power. Avoid debt traps. Live slightly below your means, not right at the edge. Build a safety cushion slowly. Think beyond earning to survive. Aim to earn to grow. Your job is a tool, not your ceiling. Chapter 6. Lessons for small business owners. Business ownership brings freedom, but also stress and responsibility. Many small business owners struggle financially because they mix personal and business money, they underestimate expenses, cash flow is unstable, they pay everyone first and forget themselves, they hustle without strategy. Rule number 1: separate business money from personal money. 2 accounts, no exceptions. This gives clarity: what the business truly earns, what it truly costs to operate, whether it is actually profitable. Without separation, the business becomes a leaking bucket. Illustration: David's corner shop. David ran a small convenience shop. Money went in, money went out, but he never knew whether he was truly making profit. After separating accounts, he discovered personal withdrawals were killing cash flow. He identified slow-moving products. He adjusted his pricing. He created a small restock reserve. The business didn't magically grow overnight, but it stopped bleeding silently. Stability comes before expansion. Chapter 7. Building emergency breathing space. Financial struggle is worse when one small emergency destroys everything. Even a small safety cushion changes how you think, react, and decide. Goal: start with a mini emergency fund. Not thousands, not perfection. Even $200 to $500 can prevent borrowing, panic decisions, stress spirals. You are buying peace of mind, not just savings. Illustration: the broken tire story. When James's car tire burst, he didn't need to call 5 people begging for help. He simply dipped into his emergency fund. That moment changed his mindset forever. He realized, savings is not money I'm losing. It is stress I'm avoiding.
Chapter 8. Cutting costs without feeling deprived. Financial progress doesn't mean living like you're suffering. It means choosing smarter over louder. Questions to ask before spending. Is there a cheaper version of this? Can I delay this purchase? Is this for comfort or for progress? Does this align with my goals? Practical cost control ideas. Reduce eating out frequency. Review recurring subscriptions. Buy intentionally, not emotionally. Learn basic meal planning. Negotiate services where possible. For businesses, evaluate low-value expenses routinely. The goal is not punishment, it is strategic simplification.
Chapter 9. Income. Expanding, not just enduring. You can only cut expenses so far. Eventually, progress requires earning more. But earning more doesn't always mean working longer. It often means working smarter. For workers, develop skills that increase your value. Seek certification or training where possible. Volunteer for responsibilities that build competence. Network with people who stretch your thinking. Progress follows value. For business owners, focus on what brings real revenue. Drop activities that don't produce results. Improve customer experience, not just price. Think long-term relationships, not quick sales. Systemize small processes so the business doesn't depend on chaos. Growth is not noise. It is clarity plus consistency. Chapter 10. The long game. Identity, discipline, and patience. Financial stability is not an event. It is a becoming process. You become someone who plans instead of reacts. Someone who thinks long-term instead of living in crisis mode. Someone who values peace over impulse. Someone who grows a little every month. There will be setbacks, unexpected bills, slow seasons, temptation to give up. But each time you return to discipline, your foundation strengthens. Illustration: the bamboo tree. A bamboo tree takes years before anything appears above the ground. But underground, roots are spreading, silently and steadily. Then one day, growth becomes visible. Your financial journey works the same way. Consistency first, results later.
Final reflection. You are not stuck. Financial struggle can feel personal, as if it defines your identity or future. But struggling financially does not mean you are irresponsible, you are incapable, your life has failed. It means you are in a phase of learning and restructuring. Every person who eventually becomes stable passes through seasons of confusion, mistakes, overwhelm, and uncertainty. The difference is not perfection. The difference is persistence and willingness to grow. Progress is often quiet. You may not see progress daily. No one applauds when you skip an unnecessary purchase. No one celebrates when you choose to save instead of impress. No one notices when you review your expenses late at night. But those quiet decisions are the bricks that build stability. Growth doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks calm, disciplined, and invisible, until one day the results become undeniable. You are rewriting your financial story. With every intentional choice, you are replacing chaos with structure, replacing impulse with awareness, replacing fear with direction. You are not behind. You are in the process of becoming financially wiser. Whether you are a worker or a business owner, the journey is the same. Clarity, discipline, stability, growth. And you do not have to rush it. Consistency beats intensity. Patience beats panic. Small steps beat dramatic leaps that never last. A gentle call forward. Wherever you are now, overwhelmed, hopeful, frustrated, determined, remember, your situation can change, your habits can improve, your understanding can deepen, and your future can look very different from your past. Keep tracking, keep reflecting, keep choosing growth over impulse. You are not stuck. You are on your way. Listen to this audiobook again to let the lessons sink in deeply and reinforce the understanding in your mind.